Podcast City Network.
Greetings, Earthlings, and welcome to the last and final part of this three-part episode 8 of season 6. Man, last week has been incredibly crazy, man. Right before the last episode, which the most recent episode, which is episode 8, came out, a man by the name of George Floyd was murdered, and civil unrest has erupted across metropolitan streets, especially in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We've been trying to cover that for the last couple of days, but the Atlanta curfew from our protests have prevented Nano Kitty Cat and I from finishing. So without further ado, here's the third and final part of the Urban Nerd Weekly discussion about George Floyd. Tune in, nerd out to this fuck shit on today's episode of Urban Nerd Weekly.
Hey, it's your boy Spreaker, man. I got a new podcast out I want y'all to subscribe to, bro. It's called Urban Nerd Weekly, available on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play Music.
Alright, Earthlings, so y'all can hear so much bullshit. I got pages. I usually can condense everything that I'm going to talk to you guys about to like 3 pages, front only, and I have them all in front of me when I'm talking, so I can look at them without flipping pages and it sound all professional and shit. But it's so much bullshit going on around here, I don't even motherfucking know like where to begin anymore. Today is, I didn't even say the date in the intro. Today's date is January the 3rd. Today is Wednesday, January the 3rd, which is ironic because all last season, all the episodes were supposed to come out on Wednesday and it didn't come out till Friday because I was too busy to get them out on time. And now I'm doing a third part to Friday's episode on fucking Wednesday. Go figure. However, that is neither here nor there. Oh, wow. Just all kinds of shit got skipped around. Alright, so just to recap what we've been talking about over the last couple of parts of this episode. Couple days ago, a man by the name of George Floyd was murdered by a Minneapolis police officer in broad daylight on camera, slowly to boot, while people were not, like, people were, alright, so that happened. A man kneeled on the back of George Floyd. A police officer kneeled on the back of George Floyd's neck. And then he screamed for his mother. He said he couldn't breathe. We saw his nose bleed. And then he passed away right in front of our eyes. In 10 minutes, we saw a man whose life was at its last moments until there was no more of it. And I've already hit on part 2 about how I feel about America's recent obsession with snuff films, especially snuff films of black men. And if y'all know what snuff films are and you're trying to tell me these aren't snuff films, I'm calling bullshit, because everything that you call a snuff film is everything that these viral videos are. But that's, once again, that part's neither here nor there. What's really important is, so we on last episode, which got cut short early because of the Atlanta curfew, which we're going to get to at the tail end of this final concluding part of episode 8. Never did two and 3 part episode before, but this just seemed to really fucking call for it. Like, rest in peace to George Floyd and everybody. I mean, because guys, we just, like, Earthlings, we just fucking got through talking about Ahmaud Arbery. Like, we didn't even finish nerding out about him. Like, I was gonna do more, a little bit of more light research on that situation to bring to the next episode. And then when I woke up to record this episode, or the first part of this episode, so much shit started flooding in about the George Floyd thing because it all happened while I'm asleep. Keep in mind, folks, I'm a new parent, so a lot of the times I'm not just sitting on the internet like I usually do and seeing all this stuff happen. So what's going on now is I'm being off the internet for like a day and a half at a time sometimes, and I get back, and y'all know I don't have cable, so I'm not watching TV. I don't know what the fuck is going on in the world. For all intents and purposes, if it wasn't for this show, I'd be completely under a rock because I wouldn't pay attention and I wouldn't give a shit. But in all honesty, it's like I logged on on the internet just to look for some extra shit to talk about on that nerd news update. And then I see that shit, and before I know it, we're already at, like, when I started reading this, we were already at the point of protests, riots, looting, and peaceful protests, aggressive protests. You know what I'm saying? It had already started getting nationwide. But once again, I'm getting off the timeline. I want to try to stick to all the stuff that I meant to tackle the last two parts, plus the things I want to hit this time. So, in the unfolding of events, we left off, Nano Kitty Cat and I left off at the part where major cities across the country begin to riot, loot, and pillage, and, you know, all kind of crazy shit around major cities. Because it started off in Minneapolis, right? Which makes sense because this is where everything happened. But because of the concentrated, especially in the last 3 years, the concentrated amount black deaths that have gone unjustified and unavenged, I think people are just at their boiling point and they're saying enough is enough. And here's the thing. Here's exactly where we left off at the last episode. Part of the big part of the reason is that these people who are doing this is getting away with this shit. So, yes, as of right now, as of me recording this episode and subsequently when it comes out, yes, at this point, all 4 officers have been arrested and charged, right? But all of this stuff started on, like, what, May the 28th? And now they're just now on June the 3rd, being that now it's just now breaking news that all the, like, the guy that actually killed George Floyd, he just got arrested yesterday. He just got arrested, like, while we were recording part 2 of the episode. So and excuse me for all the heavy breathing into the mic. I'm just, this one is really throwing me for a loop. Like, reading this shit and getting ready to talk about it on the show, it's just tripping me out to see all the real details. And here's the thing. As I'm recording this episode to finish talking about the whole George Floyd incident, another man was found dead in Minneapolis while all this shit is going on, which we're going to get into that in a second. All right, so let's just keep on going. All right, so, boom. They killed the man on camera in front of all these people. The video of the murder is released on the internet and goes viral probably within 20 minutes. And I think that was the point at which people had enough. By the time the video went viral, these 4 officers should have already been in custody behind bars, and it shouldn't have even been a discussion. But the reason that people are losing their minds is because it's unfair. It's not okay that this could happen on camera, in front of witnesses, in broad daylight, where people who recognize you see you doing this. In the fucking streets, people. There shouldn't have been they get to go home, or they're going to investigate a little bit to see what's really going on. I mean, by the time, like, before y'all could even investigate, there was more video pouring out. Like, a couple of days after the first video went viral, they showed another video from a different camera angle of everyone except the little short pussy-ass Asian police officer beating the shit out of the guy. They were taking turns beating the shit out of this guy in the back of the cop car that they ended up killing him next to. Like, if anyone is unsure why so many people are up in arms about this shit, it's that these men, after they did this, they got to go home and fuck their wives and wake up and eat breakfast the next morning. This man died in the street calling for his fucking mom, bruh. And here's the thing. It's not just that they didn't arrest him immediately. There was also a bunch of bullshit before the arrest. Like, oh, he probably died of natural causes. It was just a coincidence. Come the fuck on. What is the likelihood of you putting your knee on the back of someone's neck? They screaming until they die. And it just so happens, they was probably already about to die anyway. I just so happened to be doing some shit that could kill him at the time that he just so happened to die. Are you fucking shitting me? First of all, and I hate using this, I hate pulling this card, and I have, like, anybody that knows spaceship in real life can vouch for the fact that I don't pull the race card all the time. But it's certain times where I got to mention shit that's just true, and it's not that this makes it any better. This fact that I'm about to bring out don't make it no better at all. But as an urban nerd, as a man, as a black man, as a part of the urban community, the African American community, There is no way I could go without mentioning the fact that if this police officer was a black man and he did this in the middle of the street in broad daylight while people filmed it to a white man, they would have killed him with his uniform still the fuck on, people. Other cops would have got around and probably shot him, and people would have cheered for that shit. But no. And not to mention, even if that didn't happen, there was no way he was going to make it home. He would have done time in jail even if it was just another officer that looked like him that did the shit. Both of y'all would have had to do let's just say you are a black officer and you got a twin brother, both of y'all cops and your twin brother do some fuck shit. If you black, they gonna send both of y'all ass to jail till they figure out which one of you motherfuckers did it. Meanwhile, there's one white guy with no doppelganger we know is him. He got to go back, get back in the squad car, ride around, go back to the police station, kick it with some other pussy ass cop bitch niggas, smelling like bacon and shit. And don't get it confused. I got cop friends. I don't have a problem with cops. I got a problem with dirty cops. I got a problem with any man that takes on a role and doesn't want to take on all the responsibilities of it. You should not be a cop if you're not an honorable man. If you're not a person that has the wherewithal to make the correct judgment calls in situations when it comes to life and death. When you walk around with the ability to take a life on you as a part of your job. You're a bitch ass nigga if you fold under the pressure because you shouldn't have put yourself in that position. And this isn't even a situation where he was coming at them in no violent manner. This shit allegedly started off because at first they said it was some kind of attempted credit card fraud. And then later on in subsequent stories, we coming to find out there's a possibility that this shit all started off of a counterfeit $20 bill. I don't know about y'all, but I've had fake money before. And the cops ain't the ones who want to kill me for having it. You know what I'm saying? Cops usually don't kill you for having fake money. They usually be like, oh shit, easy arrest. Take him to jail. You know, they usually just let the justice system fuck your life up. Now we're getting to the point where they just saying, fuck it, we'll just end his life in the streets now. Like, what the fuck? Like, how am I supposed to... Like, it's already hard enough with my dad being born in the 70s, being raised in the 80s. He became a man in the 90s and seeing all of the shit that happened to black men. And at that point, he had to figure out how the fuck he was going to explain to me how to handle being a black man, knowing that's a part of the game. Now, here we are, damn near 30 years later. I got little baby nerd in the other room, and one day I'm going to have to explain to him what the fuck the deal is with this shit. I don't know how the fuck I'm explaining this part. So Dad, they could just kill me, and then if they just bullshit some paperwork, they don't have to go to jail for it. That's kind of wrong. Yeah, it's fucked up, son. It's fucked up as shit. I tell you what. That's why we keep guns in our house. I don't even like. I can't even finish in my imagination how that conversation is supposed to go, let alone how it could go. But as it happens, the video went viral. Protests across American cities erupted, and especially in Minneapolis now, because we got peaceful protests. We got non-peaceful protests. We got people that just literally just rioting in the streets, getting angry and violent. We got people looting businesses and breaking down. And here's where it's getting really fucked up, because now we in a situation where so many people mad about so many different things. Motherfuckers not even reacting intelligently anymore. Like, when it comes to the riots in a lot of these major cities, if you look around at the numbers, it's a lot of black businesses that are getting fucked up during all of this shit. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I just kind of wonder if maybe there's some opportunists, or maybe I'm not wondering. Maybe I've already read that there is a such thing called accelerationist. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I guarantee if you try to look it up on Google, that bitch is gonna spell it right and you gonna know what I mean. These are people who basically, like, and there's so many different angles of this bullshit to hit, but here's one. There are people out there that are getting ready for a race war. So we have people that are taking advantage of the chaos of this situation and you know, they just taking advantage of the time to be able to they just killing black people. Like, there's black people that are probably dying right now as I'm recording this episode because there is someone taking advantage of the opportunity to just make it look like, oh, it's all swept up in the chaos of this bullshit. But there are people who are ready for a race war, who want a race war, and are trying to use this as a way to push the agenda of the aforementioned race war. There are people who just, you know what I'm saying, want to see black businesses, don't want to see black people prosper. So they burning down all these black businesses. And when, you know, I don't feel like it's us that's doing that shit. You know what I mean? And not to mention, it's so many people that's angry and confused. Some people just being destructive without aim, without paying attention to what the fuck they really affecting. It's just too much going on right now. Then it's so crazy because everybody, I've been reading up and seeing people mention this girl named Breonna. I think her name was Breonna Taylor or something. I ain't even got a chance to hear about her yet because all this other little shit's been going on, man. Like, it's too much. It's just too fucking much. I'm feeling some type of way about this shit. Like, as the black community, there's no way for us to react to shit that, I mean, first of all, we shouldn't have to have anyone else's approval about how our culture and you know what I'm saying, if y'all gonna segregate us off as the black community, I don't understand how y'all feel like what, in what way do we react to shit like this and it's okay? You know what I mean? Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not just talking to white people, I'm talking to people in general, like, because there's other people besides white folks that don't understand how black people feel about a lot of shit like this. Because, you know what I'm saying? That, I mean, I don't care how you want to slice it. Now, keep in mind, I'm one of the most friendly, I got my friendship circle might as well be the fucking Rainbow Coalition people. I've always had all kinds of friends since I was a kid. And I know there are some people listening to this that do understand what the black man is going through. It's just that y'all shit don't be publicized as harshly as ours is because they don't enjoy putting that shit on display when they do it to y'all like they do with us. They celebrate that shit. You know what I mean? That's why that shit's on the news all the time. You know what I'm saying? Even Lil Baby said they don't want to see us on TV unless it's the news, my nigga. Don't y'all get it? That's what they want to see. But when I say they, I mean those that want to keep us down. I do recognize there are a lot of other people, cultures, places, and ethnicities that stand right next to the black people during our plight because y'all totally understand that shit. And y'all know if we can make it out of this shit, that means y'all can. Because ain't nobody been going through it longer than black folks, and that's for sure. But the problem is, there's no way for us to express an outcry. A man was murdered in the streets, and he is a part of our community. And this is a once again incident. Once again, we've seen a teenage boy, grown man, grown woman get murdered, and there was no justice. I mean, niggas been saying no justice, no peace since the Watts riots in the 60s and shit, in the 70s, my nigga. Since the Black Panthers been stomping down the street feeding babies and y'all stole their program and turned it into welfare and then y'all used it to make black women dependent on y'all and divide the black household, put the man against the... all this crazy bullshit. Oh, man. I can't lie. I gotta be honest with you guys. At 29 years old in 2020, I didn't think I would be on my podcast still talking about this shit. I mean, I remember being in kindergarten, elementary, first, second, third grade. You know, if y'all like me and y'all went to predominantly black schools growing up, y'all actually got like history lessons about what happened to black people. You know what I'm saying? You saw Roots. We saw all of the old news footage of folks getting hosed down for being protesters and, you know what I'm saying, getting shot and having dogs sicked on them for wanting to eat in restaurants and shit. Like, when I was a little kid, me and a lot of other people my age was watching this kind of stuff and learning about what happened to our people in the past. You know, I think we all kind of made the mistake of just seeing it as, oh, that's damn, it used to be fucked up. No, my nigga, it ain't used to be fucked up. It's always been fucked up, and it still is fucked up. Shit just look a little different. You know what I'm saying? The struggle just look different. Niggas don't believe it, but y'all still, like, you know what I'm saying? The struggle just looks like a Gucci fucking belt with some J's on and shit. But we still here. We still at the point of, oh my God. We're still trying to figure out what's okay, how it's okay to react. Y'all killed Malcolm and Martin. And when I say y'all, you know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, I'm not fooled into believing this is about black and white. I'm just mentioning the plight of the black man so y'all can understand the level of emotion behind what I'm saying. But as an urban nerd, as a nerd in general, we study things. This ain't never been about race. Even when it used to be about race, it wasn't even about race back then. It's always been about the establishment versus the people. That's what it's always been about. As long as they keep us divided, as long as they got us diced up and sectioned off into different kinds of people that don't want to fuck with each other, we'll never come together and be strong enough to overtake a government that has been pretending to be for us for all this time. Now, I almost got a little deeper than I meant to, but some of this shit need to be said, man. You know what I'm saying? We still asking for permission. Like, okay, so when we just want to, you know what I'm saying? We have one athlete that just wants to kneel during the Pledge of Allegiance because of this shit. Oh, that's fucked up. That nigga needs to figure out his priorities. He need to see think about where his paycheck's coming from. Like, damn. LeBron James. Y'all fucking love this nigga. And y'all didn't even want to let him speak up about fucked up shit going on in China, my nigga. Let alone y'all keep forgetting. Like, LeBron's from Cleveland, my nigga. Y'all call it Cleveland, but it's a lot of people that call it Cleveland, my nigga. Y'all forget that LeBron knows what the fuck is going on out here. But when he says something, it's shh, be quiet, nigga. Just take the money and be happy. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So y'all don't want those guys to say anything. Well, we got a bunch of black politicians that have tried to affect change over time, but I mean, shit, y'all go ahead and find what's wrong with them and just exploit the shit out of their ass in front of the public. So what the fuck? Okay, so we got individuals that's, trying to make changes here and there, and then it's, well, we're gonna make sure we snuff those guys out before they start having a movement. Rappers try to just be a little bit conscious. Y'all make sure them niggas don't sell shit. So now they are broke ass artists, which makes them look better. Which, okay, now you'll let them tell their opinion because it looks like it's just coming from somebody who's mad about the industry that didn't accept them. I mean, y'all got a funny ass way of being okay with some shit if y'all was cool with all those things, but not this one. Now niggas is really mad. Now y'all done got niggas all out in the streets. And this is just what happens when you keep trying to sweep shit under the rug. America was founded by misogynistic, xenophobic, sexist cokeheads. And to this day, people are still trying to cherry pick and uphold the parts of the shit that they got right. And which is fine because some of that shit they did get right, but a lot of that shit they got wrong, and the establishment doesn't want to acknowledge that shit. So now we at a point in 2020, in fucking June of 2020, where y'all got people riding in Utah, Minnesota, motherfucking Texas, California, and of course New York is mad as shit. You know what I'm saying? And then of course all this shit brings out the racists. So now you got people mad in real life and on the motherfucking internet. Like, it's at the point where, you know what I'm saying? Now that shit done got so bad. Alright, so a couple days after the, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep going with the show. A couple days after the George Floyd incident, country's in the uproar. And now we moved geographically down to my hometown, my location of Atlanta, Georgia, right? Atlanta, much like a lot of other major cities, had a lot of people that felt the type of way about what the fuck was going on. Especially, you know what I'm saying, like the George Floyd case was like that straw that broke the camel's back. So now, In Atlanta, a couple days after that shit, people are rioting in the streets. It's starting at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That shit lasts all the way to night. And then by the time the 10 o'clock news is on, people are surrounded by... And keep in mind, there was chatter about this shit all day. Because you keep in mind, almost all of this happened like last Thursday, right? And then Friday, you know what I'm saying? The video's viral. So by Saturday, people are plotting on like... They like, okay, so we looting... That's what we doing now. You see internet chatter about people going up, running up through Linux. Which I was kind of with that shit. Because I was like, Linux kind of expensive. You know, maybe a nigga can find some shit. I know only eliminated before. But then, I was like, you know, I'm just playing. But it was a nice thought. But I wasn't going to be down for that shit. Y'all know I ain't with that shit. But in all honesty, I was seeing like a lot of chatter about shit happening around different points in the city where people was like thinking about storming malls and all kind of crazy shit. But little did I know, from 4 p.m. that day in the middle of downtown Atlanta, people were like going, like people are really protesting to a point where by the time night falls, like they setting, like cop cars are being set on fire and people are gathered. Like at one point you start seeing footage on Facebook from people's different, like people going live and shit, showing the cars on fire, showing people getting into it with the police and arguing at the lines of the protests and all that shit, man. Like, so the next thing you know, by the time Saturday, Sunday night rolls around, a 9 p.m. curfew has been enacted in the city of Atlanta. And from what I'm hearing, there's other curfews in other cities. Like we were talking to me and Lady Nerd were talking to a guy we know in Texas. Their curfew is fucking 6 p.m. or some shit like that, right? Like, what the fuck? Like, who grown ass y'all think is really finna be adhering to these curfews? Well, guess what? It ain't like the, you know what I'm saying, the corona curfew where they just said it's a curfew and just kind of hope you was, you know, abiding by that shit. Nah. They gonna call the National Guard down here to Atlanta, man. They called 500 National Guard down here in the middle of the night on a Sunday. By the time Monday afternoon rolled around, it was 1,500 National Guardsmen around the innermost parts of the metro Atlanta area. You know what I'm saying? I'm riding around past 9 because I got stuff that I have to do after 9. I gotta put my mom, help my mom-in-law out with stuff around her house and shit like that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But they are arresting people. Like, they arrested people for being out past 9. Like, they gonna fucking stop us from going to prom or some shit. The fuck, bitch? Y'all already canceled prom for the niggas who could go with this Rona bullshit. So what the fuck y'all... y'all gonna give niggas a curfew after y'all done had them locked up in the house for a month and then told them they had to start back doing shit as soon as they got comfortable being at home and dodging this shit. Now, y'all killing niggas in the street and nobody wants to leave the house any fucking more. This is the beginning of that bullshit I was telling y'all about like 6 episodes ago, man. Every dystopian, futuristic film, this is the flashpoint to that bullshit, bruh. 2020, we're going to be talking about this year 30 years from now. Anybody that's alive right now, people are going to be asking us what the fuck it was like to be going through this bullshit. And we're going to tell them, it was kind of like being on punishment during spring break in middle school. Like, you couldn't do shit anyway, but now you really can't fucking do shit. Murder bees outside. Everybody famous we love is dying left and right and shit. And now it's even worse because now, you know what I'm saying, now that all this shit is going on, we got President fucking Orange Peel up there telling people to fucking, like, shoot protesters. Yeah. He's telling people to shoot fucking protesters, folks. Like, hit them with whatever. Like, now they throwing tear gas and they doing this shit to the peaceful and the non-peaceful protesters, man. We at a point where it don't even matter if you outside and you look like the type of person that don't look like the shit that's going on. They probably just gonna start arresting you for that bullshit. I mean, can we even go outside anymore? And then they not even telling us when this fucking curfew shit's over. So, you know what I'm saying? It's currently the middle of the day when I'm recording this episode. By the time I get it edited, if I want to go to the store, I don't know if I can anymore. But I'm for sure gonna do it because fuck a curfew? Bitch, I'm grown. Look, I had the type of parents that gave me a curfew in high school. So, one of the reasons I wanted to grow up, so I had to deal with that bullshit. No, I'm sorry, Uncle Sam, but you gonna have to gobble some balls. You want me to stay up in the house, bitch? I don't know what the fuck you thought this is. Like, yeah, y'all got National Guard out. You know, I mean, this is all bullshit, man. And President Trump's, of course, gaslighting all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's sad too because all of this shit is like kind of eclipsing everything that we were talking about with the coronavirus. Like, a lot of people, I even got friends that are sitting here like, okay, so if niggas is out here protesting, right? Right. And they sending National Guards and shit from other places, right? Right. Shouldn't the number of COVID-19 cases be fucking skyrocketing right now with all these people in the streets all out late at night yelling and hollering, mad, fucking up their, disrupting their immune system, ain't sleeping and shit? Shouldn't a fuck ton of people be catching this shit right now? And I don't know if the numbers ain't going up or let's stop giving a fuck about it because, oh shit, niggas getting shot on TV again. Let's pay attention to that now. And that's at the point we are at. Like, coronavirus, it's still out there. Like, if it does exist, I'm telling y'all, it is still out there. And this year is so fucked up that we have to care more about this right now than that shit. Like, and then there's always that back of the mind thought, like, I wonder if they're doing all this, if all of this is a distraction, everything that's happened this year is a distraction, what the fuck is about to happen once they're done distracting us? Because I'm sorry, but the moment you put moment you put Trump in as president, I, as an entertainer, already know you guys are about to bullshit me for about 4 years. All right? Let me tell you something. I know a little something about putting on a show, okay? And this is straight clown shit, bruh. This is a smoke screen. Everything, and that's how fucked up it is. If all of this is the smoke screen, what the hell are they hiding behind their backs? Right? Right? I mean, shit is so fucked up right now. We're going to talk more about the Jimmy Fallon shit on Friday's episode coming up. But shit is so fucked up right now that Jimmy Fallon got an old sketch where he did blackface dressed up about him. And black people we're all just kind of like, nobody gives a shit about Jimmy Fallon doing blackface. That's where we are right now, people. That's how we are. That's where we are, and nobody gives a fuck. Now, keep in mind, Jimmy Fallon's a nice guy. He seems like, from a distance, he seems like a really great guy. I don't see him being racist. He did a movie with Queen Latifah. I'm sorry, I just don't see you being able to be racist and have a co-starring role with Queen Latifah in a movie. You know what I mean? Not to mention, Jimmy's always been seemingly cool with black people, and as far as I can tell, Chris Rock hasn't muttered a word about being pissed off about that impression of him by Jimmy Fallon. But all in all, we're at a point where a white man did blackface and we don't give a shit because we're too busy trying to figure out what the hell is going on with this guy that was just murdered on fucking camera. I'm sorry, but that's a murder. We saw a murder, people. Nigga dead. The fuck? And why the fuck did none of the police officers in the video have no goddamn face masks on if this corona shit so real? I want somebody to answer me that shit right the fuck now. I ain't see a motherfucking cop with a mask on the whole damn time. Y'all cool with cause I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but just in the interest of bringing up a real nigga point, George Floyd did look kind of slick homeless a little bit, right? So, I mean, he ain't look super kempt. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say he looked homeless, but he ain't look like he was super well taken care of. It looked like he might have at least had an off day. I'm sorry, but if I'm a cop and I see somebody like that, and if y'all trying to claim he had, quote unquote pre-existing medical conditions, then why the fuck weren't y'all wearing masks? Y'all could take this man's last breath. Y'all was so ready to kill this man, y'all didn't even think about putting on y'all masks first. So either this corona shit is bullshit, or, I mean, the fuck? Like, I'm so blown by this shit. So, you know, and to give the update, you know what I mean? As of now, all four officers have been apprehended. They're all in custody. They all are in jail, facing charges and shit like that. But even the guy that did the murder, he's only getting charged with 3rd-degree murder. How the fuck do you get charged with 3rd-degree murder? We saw your knee on his neck. He died with your knee on his neck. Y'all picked up his limp, lifeless body after you had your knee on his neck and wouldn't get up. And you had 3 officers making sure nobody was going to stop you doing that shit. I mean, damn, nigga, gangs don't even do that shit. At least in a gang, they'll let you fight back. Yeah, it might be like 12 of them niggas fighting your ass, but you at least get a chance to fight back. Police don't even let you fight back. I'm sorry, America, but if y'all ever wonder why the fuck a man, like why so many young black men join gangs and shit, it's cause damn, bro, at least the motherfucking gang will let me fight back. I might have to walk back and forth, you know what I'm saying? I might have to be scared walking back and forth in my neighborhood if I got some gangs in my neighborhood that's on that type of shit, but I ain't gonna lie, I'd rather get jumped by them 4-5 niggas and have a chance to fight back than have a cop whooping my ass with 3 more armed cops ready to sit there and whoop my ass, and then if I do fight back, they gonna fucking shoot me. Like, damn, bitch. Like, if y'all ever wonder, you know what I mean? Like, we'll rather, as black folks, we'll rather deal with that shit than that shit, you know what I mean? Y'all sit there and, you know, and when I say y'all, the people that support the establishment, not white people, not no specific color, culture, creed, or race. I mean, y'all who knowingly or unknowingly support the regime that is the powers that be currently. Y'all wonder why why Ice Cube back in the day made a song called Fuck the Police, and how come every 2 or 3 years after that, another rapper makes a song called Fuck the Police. Like, you know what I'm saying? People in Atlanta right now spray painting fuck 12 all over the place. That's always been the saying in Atlanta, fuck 12, because for whatever reason, we call the police 12. I think someone miscalculated what the fuck 9 plus 1 plus 1 is, and just started calling folk 12 back in the day. But ever since I was a little kid, that what the fuck we called the police is 12. So now it's fuck 12. And you know, it's sad you gotta say that. You shouldn't have to. We should be able to say fuck that guy that killed that dude, but it's too many. Like, I'm sorry. Like I said, I have cop friends, and I don't not support cops. I have lack of support for shitty cops and dirty cops. And I also say fuck any cop that just because if you're a good cop and you see other cops doing shit that's wrong and you don't put any real effort into stopping that shit, then you just as complicit in their acts as they are in committing them. And somehow I'm still mad about the fact that shit is he's getting charged with 3rd-degree murder, even though it was clearly what the fuck is the difference between 1st and 3rd now? Now I don't even know what the fuck the shit means anymore. But all in all 4 officers have been arrested. The protests are on a downturn in all major cities, including here in Atlanta. They probably still gonna have that bullshit ass curfew tonight, but whatever. If you're in a different city in Atlanta and you guys got a curfew, make sure y'all hit us up on social media, or leave a comment on the episode, whatever podcast and platform you check it out. Let us know what's going on in your city, because I don't know what's going on in all of them, but I know everywhere has a little bit of some bullshit going on. So let us know, man. Hit us up at Urban Nerd Weekly on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, or y'all can leave comments on SoundCloud, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn. Y'all can also leave comments over at podcastcity.net, our part of our new fam. We're part of the fam over there now, podcastcity.net. Make sure you guys check out the Chris Carnage Show, as well as many other great shows, including Urban Nerd Weekly on podcastcity.net. Also, shouts out to the Black Radio Network. The show is starting to pick up a little bit. We're part of 2 networks now, working on our 3rd network. It's gonna be awesome. We've also passed 100 episodes, so that's something we'll be celebrating on the next official episode of the show. Is that I also wanted to take a second because I this wasn't a planned episode. It's kind of it's kind of just we're doing it because it needs to be done, but you know what I'm saying. Shout out to the sponsors, Marketing the Pot Studios, Creative Customs, as well as Sweet K's Cakery, and big shouts out to Project South. With everything that we've been talking about on today's episode, Project South is gonna be someone y'all hear about a lot from us lately, because it is the community outreach program it's the only community outreach program of our sponsors, and it is geared towards the Black community. And just a little bit of background info: it's a movement building organization that was founded in 1986 to strengthen community organization and develop accessible political education and build people-centered infrastructure in the United States South. It cultivates productive space for social movement leaders, organizations, and collaborations to build people power from the bottom up. Our work is informed by historical legacy and root cause analysis of our social and economic conditions. Project South recognizes the powerful role of media and communication in educating and activating our communities to work for racial, economic, and social justice, and remains committed to developing movement-driven communications infrastructure in the region. And our contact over there is a fabulous, amazing guy by the name of Emery Wright. He's incredibly patient, which is good. I think he's a program director over there, if I'm not mistaken. But now that well, I would say now that the city's open back up, maybe we'd be getting ready to get some shit going on. But at this point, I feel like they might be scared if Black people gather for any cause. It might be called a protest, and then we got to deal with some craziness. So, we'll be getting up with Project South real soon. And hopefully you guys will be seeing, if you guys are here in the city, y'all be seeing us out in the street trying to do some real positive. Now we got to do a lot of extra positive shit to counterbalance all this negativity going on around now. So, you know what I'm saying? Big shouts out to those guys. Also, shouts out to some of the friends of the show. Shout out to Alicia Persons. She's the CEO over at MTP Studios. Shout out to my guy Von Roberts. His latest comedy special, I Hit the Car Seat For You, fully available on YouTube, as well as audio versions can be heard on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Shout out to my guy Cool Cutlass. Got a bunch of music about to drop. I mean, he went ham during quarantine, y'all. So y'all about to get a bunch of dope ass shit from him. Make sure y'all follow him on Instagram at One Cutlass. I repeat, at One Cutlass, CUT big LIS. You know what I mean? And if you know, you know. If you don't worry about it. Also, shout out to my guy Hitman the Hitmaker. Just dropped the Come Up mixtape. Got a lot of more dope shit coming out. I think matter of fact, he just dropped a video for, in the name of the protest. I think it's called Riot. So if y'all on Instagram, make sure y'all check out Hitman the Hitmaker, spelled all the way, no spaces, no dashes. Big shouts out to my guy Derek Sales on the Up Bus podcast. Derek has been a buddy of mine for a really long time, and over the last couple of years, he's been really into like selling cars and helping people learn to sell cars. So if you somebody looking to sell cars, learn to sell cars. If you just want to learn more, to be a more informed buyer, make sure y'all hit up the Up Bus podcast and hit up my guy Derek Sales if you got any questions. And yeah, man, so big shouts out to everybody's cool. And of course, shout out to all my Earthling gang members. You know what I mean? Big shouts out to Nano Kitty Cat holding it down with me last episode. We was part 2 of this episode. She was actually downtown during some of the bullshit that was unfolding, and we're gonna have a lot of pictures and shit coming to the Instagram and Facebook page from her time down there, as well as a couple of videos she got. Make sure you guys check out the Nano Kitty Cat Storytime series on her page, Kitty Cat Nano 1 on Facebook, and y'all can also check out Kitty's Corner on the Urban Nerd Weekly Facebook page. And yeah, man, just we thank you guys for tuning in and nerding out with us each and every week, and definitely 3 times for this episode, right? So I mean, I know the show's been crazy. I'm released like half the season in like 2 days time period, and then everything has been out of whack, but the world is going through some crazy shit, and I'm just trying to keep giving you guys this infotainment the way we've been doing, man. So I think that is everything that we was gonna update on today about the whole situation with George Floyd. Of course, you already know most likely we'll be having a little bit more info as it comes to light on the subsequent episodes of the show. And there's actually another young man that has passed in Minneapolis during all this that I'll probably be mentioning his name on the next episode. But thanks once again, like I said, for tuning in and nerding out with us today, you guys. You guys want to hit us up? Like I said, make sure y'all hit us up on your podcast platform of choice or on the social media pages. Y'all can also catch. Oh yeah, I meant to give a bigger shout out to the rest of the Earthling gang members. Shout out to Bobby D, my guy, Mr. Abercrombie. Shout out to Greg Love. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to homie Django Fett. Shout out to Funny Weird Mom. Shout out to Koya Z. Shout out to everybody that fuck with the squad, bro. Like, I appreciate everybody, man. Thank you guys for listening. Until next time, guys, which is, hell, at this point, a couple of days from now. My name is Space. I was here, but now I'm